Hello and welcome to Dude's Comic Book Roundup. I'm Jason and this is my video where I review the rest of the books that I got this week. However, if you would like to see a review for Superman issue number 29, Starlight issue number 1, Forever Evil issue number 6, Clone issue number 15, or Green Arrow issue number 29, then please go over to Dude's Comics of the Week after this video and you'll see me review those 5 books there. However, we still have 7 books to review, so as they say, let's get on with the show. So first book we're going to look at in Comic Book Roundup is going to be Captain America issue number 18, and pleasingly this is a return to form for a series where I've had the last 2 issues weren't as strong as the book had been previously, but this issue, fantastic return to form. Nick Klein's art I'm just absolutely falling in love with. There's a real old school quality to his art, particularly the fight sequences, that I just really enjoy seeing. The story, the structure is really good as it builds to that last page. We get to find out a lot more about the origin of Dr. Mindbubble and what he can do and where he got his powers from. Also, there's the secret that S.H.I.E.L.D. have got that Cap is trying to uncover. Something that Dr. Mindbubble has got and that S.H.I.E.L.D. are scared of. And Cap's trying to find out what it is. And the whole kind of issue builds to that final moment when we find out what it is. I just really enjoyed this issue. It was just an absolute joy to read. Like I say, built nicely, and I'd give issue number 18 of Captain America 5 stars out of 5. So next up we have Green Lantern issue number 29 from DC Comics. Robert Venditti really seems to settle in on this book now. Like I said in my haul video, I don't know if it's because he had to lay out the story, set up the story first, or if it was getting used to the characters, but I certainly feel he's coming into his own now with this book. I also really like that the battle that they're in here, it isn't going to be a battle that's going to be won by brute force, like Al himself says. We've got to win hearts and minds, and I like that, and I think that's going to make a much more interesting kind of conflict than you would usually have if they were just going to bash people on the head with their rings. How definitely this issue feels he's coming into his own. I like the storyline that's going on with Sam Walker. I think that's really interesting, and I'm curious to see where that's going to lead. Whether that's going to turn him into another Lantern of another colour, or if he's going to remain blue. It was great seeing Simon Baz, even if it was a cameo. And all in all, I love the structure of this issue again, and the kind of gets across the kind of fight they're going to be fighting now. The art by Billy Tan is really good. We have 2 artists, Marco Coccolo, does some of the art, and it blends in quite nicely. It wasn't too obvious, but yeah, this book I feel is really getting stronger, and I give issue number 29 of Green Lantern 5 stars. So next up we have Velvet issue number 4 from Image Comics, and once again the writing on this issue is really strong. The art is just absolutely gorgeous, and it's a really fun book, set in the perfect time frame for this story. This issue though, my only gripe would be we seem to have settled into a kind of formula. Velvet needs to find someone. She goes to a party. She finds them, she cases the room, she gets into a fight, she gets information, and that pushes the story on to the next stage. And we've seemed to have settled into that kind of formula. It's not that it's a bad thing, because I still really enjoyed the book, and it was a great read, and it's still gorgeous to look at, and it's really strong in every other way. But it did get a bit formulaic, this issue. I don't know if that's something we're going to stick with, or if that's something that's going to be broken as we go on. Like I say, I'm still really enjoying it though. This issue, again, the art, every issue just really delivers with the art. And it's just all around a really great book. If you like the spy genre, this is definitely a must read. And I do like those moments when she cases the room and we see the things through Velvet's eyes. That's always a really interesting thing. And the inner monologue, I think, really works really well as well. And I give Velvet issue number 4 4 stars out of 5. So next up we have The Punisher from Marvel Comics, and I'm really enjoying this book. I think one of the things that I really like is the changing in tones. How you have like 1 minute you'll have a really dark scene where Punisher is torturing someone to get information out of them, and then on the next minute you've got a much lighter kind of scene with some of the secondary characters. And I think I like that change of tone. It balances the book nicely. The secondary casts are all really likable, and I think really bring a lot to the book. You've got this Howling Commando thing that's kind of burning in the background, which I really like. And I really like that we get this inner monologue of Punisher's as well, because he's not a character that really speaks much, that lets you into his head much with his verbal dialogue. So it's really nice to have that monologue that kind of gets you in his head and you get to know the character that bit more. I'm really loving what they're doing. I love the battle here with Electro and the smart way that Punisher deals with that. And also the end of the issue just really hooked me for next month, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it was a great start to have these characters, the Dos Souls. I think they're great villains for the first story, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this story is going to go. And I'm really enjoying Punisher at the moment. The whole torture scene was a bit uncomfortable, but I don't know enough about the character to know if that's true to the character, if that's something Punisher would do. But it was a bit of an uncomfortable scene to have your hero doing that. However, this issue was still a lot of fun, and I would give Punisher issue number 3 5 stars out of 5. So next up in my reviews is The Phantom Stranger issue number 17, which continues the Forever Evil Blight storyline. This issue is very much a Phantom Stranger centric story, as Phantom Stranger, Cassandra Kraft and Pandora are going off to get help to help him take down Phoenix Faust and Nick Necro and release the other prisoners from the Talmation. He starts off with a confrontation with the Spectre, which is really good. Spectre's one of my favourite characters, and I loved seeing him, and I'm really hungry for him to get his own book. And his showdown here with Phantom Stranger was really good. I also really like the chemistry between Phantom Stranger and Cassandra Kraft. She's only been in this book 2 issues. I think we saw her at the beginning of Trinity War. I got a feeling we did, though my memory isn't 100% on that. But I really like the chemistry between her and Stranger, and in 2 issues she's a much more interesting character than Pandora's been all this time since she came into it. I'm still not really engaged with that character, but Cassandra Kraft, I'm really interested to find out a bit of the mystery about her. I really like the whole thing of them going after Trigon's children to get them to help him. And I really like the price that they wanted and the consequences to that, which I really felt enhanced Phantom Stranger as a character. All in all, this was a very good issue. It didn't kind of focus the main story of getting them free. It was kind of like a side story, if you will, on their road. But it was a nice change of pace, and I personally really enjoyed this story. And I'd give Phantom Stranger issue number 17 5 stars out of 5. So my penultimate review today is the Swamp Thing issue number 29 from DC Comics. This issue we introduced to a new group of people called the Serene, who they worship the Swamp Thing and they wait hand and foot on him. There's a number of things that they can do and abilities that they've got that can help the Swamp Thing. But all the way through the book he gets that there's something a bit sinister about them. We have other characters going off. We have Wolf and Lady Weed take this opportunity to kind of skedaddle as they've got schemes and plans they want to put into action. Then Capucin and is it Jacob, the other guy, they go off to find out what's happened to Wolf and Lady Weed, leaving Swamp Thing alone with the Serene, and then things do take a very dark twist. I really enjoyed the story. This issue for me felt very much that it's a setup for future things. I think a lot of the stuff that's laid out this issue are going to pay off later on. The Serene, I think they had something sinister for me from the word go. I'm really interested to find out more about them and what they've done. And the end of the issue definitely hooked me for the next one. The art, once again, by Jesus Says is fantastic. All in all, this just continues to be an absolute joy of a book, and it gives Swamp Thing issue number 29 4 stars out of 5. So my final review today is She-Hulk issue number 2, and this book is just a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the book. When I first sat down to think about this, my thoughts for this book, my initial impression was not much had happened. But then when I kind of start sitting down and start thinking about it, I was like, you know, in actual fact, I think a lot did happen in this book. And, you know, the story we pick up from where last issue left off. She-Hulk has now got a law firm that she's setting up. And, you know, we get a tour of the building. We get to see her hire a secretary and introduce this character, Angie, and her monkey. Then Patsy Walker comes into the book, and She-Hulk goes partying with Patsy and ends up hiring her to work at a law firm as well. The characters very much of She-Hulk is very much in line with the Dan Slott run. It feels the same character. So if you enjoyed the Dan Slott run, I think you'll enjoy this current run of She-Hulk. The art, it's growing on me. I really liked the art this issue. I don't think I'll ever like how they draw She-Hulk. I just won't like that. But the art as a whole, I think, and the colours, they add a nice fun feel to the book. And I think some of the layouts of this issue are really good. There's one, like a double page spread, where She-Hulk's getting a tour of the building where her offices are, which are really well kind of worked out. And there's the title page where She-Hulk's sitting at a desk, and they use on the desk you've got the title of the story, and then you've got the names of the different creators of the book in using the stationery, which I thought was really clever as well. So like I say, the art is growing on me. One of the things that it really impresses me with this book is Charles Soule and the range of his writing. You know, a lot of writers, they have a certain style. You look at Matt Fraction. Whenever I pick a Matt Fraction book, I always think it's going to have that humour in there. Because the last few years, the books I've read, books like FF, Fantastic Four, Sex Criminals, Hawkeye, they always have that jovial tone in the book. So that's what you expect from a Matt Fraction book now. If you buy a Jonathan Hickman book, you expect a long thought out story with really strong sci-fi elements in there. And that's what you expect from a Hickman book. Charles Soule, he's not got that. He's writing a lot of books, but they're all different kind of tones and different kind of feels to them. So I think, you know, certainly off the top of my head, I think he's probably got the best range of any comic book writer out there right now. And I think Charles Soule's fast becoming one of my favourite writers, whose work I always enjoy. We get a glimpse this issue of the Blue File, which looks really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to where that goes. And the last page of this book just really hooked me to come back, and I'm really enjoying She-Hulk. It's a fun book. It's something I think Marvel do really well, those kind of fun books, and it's something DC don't really have, and it really sets Marvel out from DC in that respect, in the way that they can have books that are not just all drama, that they're fun as well, even though you might have something dark underneath going on, but the book still feels fun. And I give She-Hulk issue number 2 5 stars. So that's another week done for Dude's Comic Book Roundup. Sorry it's a day late. I wasn't very well yesterday, so I didn't get the opportunity to upload this. So that means, of course, that I never got to do my Marvel Ultimate graphic novel review. I'm still going to do that. Probably what I'll do is I'll record it Wednesday, which is my next day off, and then I will upload it probably on Thursday, because Wednesdays I always upload Dude's Comic Haul. So at the moment, that's the working plan. Like I say, yeah, Dude's Comic Haul will be up on Wednesday. That's my next video will be up. This week I've got, it's 10 or 11. Comic List says Four God of Thunder isn't out this week, but Comixology says it is on their pull list app. So I'm a bit unsure. But if 4 comes out, it'll be 11 books. I don't include 2000 AD, which I will still be getting. I'm loving 2000 AD. Really got into that. Me and the missus, we watched Dredd the other day. We recorded it and watched that, and that was I really enjoyed that Dredd movie. And like I say, I'm really getting into 2000 AD at the moment, so I'll still pick that up. But my comic book shop, they never seem to get many copies in, so most of the time I get there, it's already been sold out. But I'm hoping, because it's my day off, so I'll be able to get to my comic shop earlier, so I'm hoping that they'll still have something so I can get it from there. But I never include it as one of my books, because like I said, I don't always get it from my comic shop. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling on. Like I say, I will see you all Wednesday for Dudes Comic Haul, and then on Friday Dudes Comics of the Week will be up. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Thursday we'll have the Marvel Ultimate Graphic Novel reviews, the next one of those up on Thursday, and then Sunday, of course, it will be Dudes Comic Book Roundup. Thank you very much for watching my video. I appreciate everybody who takes the time to watch my videos, give me those nice thumbs up when they've enjoyed my videos, and who also take time to leave the comments. Really appreciate it all. I hope you all have a smashing week. I've been Jason. This has been Dudes Comic Book Roundup. Bye for now.